I completely I saw Sean had responded and I just didn't look at it for 40 minutes. I was like, oh
Respect.
dude, I'm so sorry. He's like, yeah, man, I'm in bed. I mean, I'm not asleep, but I'm in bed. It's like, okay, cool. Well, hey,
Well,
maybe.
better go to.
Yeah. Ah, mate, that'll make that in the intro.
Okay.
Yeah. Mate, welcome back to the channel. It's been like, I don't know, a month or something since I did anything. So yeah, it's been a while. But we're back again, and we are covering a doubles event that happened. So we had a look at some of the Fate stuff from before. So some of the previous ones that we've commented on were from this, and then this was from that kind of series as well. So it was really good because doubles 450 points a person, so 900 point games, which are quite big. I think you got 2 hours per game, which was also quite good,
Yep. Yep.
which I quite liked a lot. And then, yeah, 3 games in a day. So it was quite exciting. I went with Danny, who you have seen in the first ever Mountain Goat Gaming Battle Report.
Yes. Yes.
I went with the other one, as we'll colloquially call them. Terrible. Sorry, Danny. But yeah, no. So we took Defenders of Helm's Deep as a combined Legendary Legion, which was pretty filthy. I think could have been worse if we'd just built it as 900 points. Could have been way worse.
Yeah.
Like I think we lost like 7 bows. So yeah. And then you went with Sean, yeah?
I sure did. Yeah, I went with the Host of the Dragon Emperor, just as a bit of a practice for the GT. So I took my 750 point list, split it into two, and I added in Rutabi. And it was nice to know that, like, the decision I had made, because the 750 list I took, just had the Dragon Knight Emperor and Brilgear.
Mm-hmm.
Yet I was really tossing and turning in my mind. Do I take Rutabi? Do I not take Rutabi? And I think this tournament was going to be the make or break for me. And I can comfortably say having a 5/6 hero at the front is great. Master of Battle, cute. Didn't miss her.
Yeah.
Didn't miss her. She was very much like she was nice, but she was nowhere near as clutch as what the other characters were for how I was playing the list. So yeah, look, it was really cool. So shout out to David Thompson here in Queensland and Nano Creations for running the Fates return event. He does a great job, and his tournaments are just getting better and better each time. So I'm enjoying them.
Yeah, I'm really liking them. I guess with that's like a solid segue. So let me kick on and share this screen, and we'll give it a go. So let me know when. Well, I'll say that one's obviously come through for you.
Yeah, buddy.
Sweet. All right, I'm gonna hit play, and what we'll do now, the camera should correct. If not, I'll just do it in post or not, whatever. But so this is the board that we're playing on first of all, and big shout out to Alex. Alex from. Oh, I've put myself on the spot here. I looked it up just before. From the Reapers, but he also has a YouTube channel, which I'll fill in because he builds terrain.
Is it like Scanlan, like landscape or something?
Yeah, a Scanlan landscape, I think is what it's called. But I'll pause this real quick because this is actually our army list that we're running through. But make sure you go in and check him out because he built the terrain that we're about to play on, which is really cool. So this is the actual list that we put together. So like Theoden, heavy armor and shield, Royal Guard with throwing spears, Warrior of Rohan with banner, throwing spear and an axe. Like we maxed out throwing spears as much as possible. Legolas, armor and cloak, and then warriors with bow and spear. And also on the flip side, obviously like Haldir and Gamling. So we had 4 drops altogether, and we took what's his name? Aldor, the Rohan archer.
Yeah.
Purely just to create like a bit of a battery to go, okay, cool. This is what we've got going on. We're just gonna shoot and shoot and shoot. And then this was Alex and his name's gone, and this is recording. It begins with a J. Why can I can't remember.
I can't help you. I have no idea.
It's okay. I'll edit this, I'm sure. But so basically, they took Corsairs of Umbar. So the Knight of Umbar on horse was really cool. Bunch of black numbs with a banner and 6 Arbalistas. Corsair captain, 2-handed axe and shield, and then 6 and 6. And then you've got Dalgamir, Delgamar, and a Corsair with obviously a variety of things. So not like models wise, they were outnumbering us something chronic. It was insane.
Yep.
Which wasn't really like the Horde army I was wanting to verse for sort of game one. But I think they put together like a decent shout. So jumping back to this is the board. And I think if you see that guy, the really cool guy with the tape measure in his pocket, that's me. So we started on the right-hand side, right?
Yeah.
And we played the lava as lava, which was quite cool. So there was like some jump tests you could take to make a cross, and there's a bridge up the top, actually. So there's like a bridge up here, which you can jump up and down. Obviously, you've got like a bit of a point there, but then we lost priority. Oh, sorry, we lost to decide the roll off, and then our opponents took the other side. Joseph, his name's Joseph. That's his name. Sorry, Joseph.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, mate.
I'm with you.
Yeah, so they took the other side, and we were playing Destroy the Supplies.
Yeah.
And so for us, I think that worked quite well because like we were able to kind of just go, okay, cool. We'll choke up this choke point. And that was our game plan, was to kind of just sit there and try and hold as much as possible until...
absolutely baffles me that they chose that side to deploy on. Like, I, as Corsair player, like where the lava is and that one bridge, you can literally just sit there, throw one, maybe two models in, throw all your weapons in, have a big old Reaver charge, and basically rinse and repeat. Although going against your list, you guys are more than happy to sit and do the shooting war with them. But yeah, that's interesting. Really, that is interesting. I just feel like it made your game plan, as in yours and Danny's game plan, a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Sit on that ridge and shoot, because like from memory, the lava was actually like on a bit of a bank.
Yeah.
So as well. So you guys actually had like a nice little shooting scope to go over. Yeah. I respect that.
I was thinking about this post game, and I think the thing I would have done with this is I would have just twisted it 90 degrees. So then you've got, instead of the lava running like this way, it's running along like say here or here, and then you've got this nice open point where an army will deploy along here, one will deploy below this line or whatever, and then you can still move down and take on the objectives that are sitting there quite easily without this like, okay, cool, I've got to roll anything but a 1 to get up here, and I've got to push through a variety of things, or I've got to come and jump over this side and make sure I've got enough movement to do that. But yeah, it was like, I don't know, it was really good. Like, it was just good. Side note, what do you think of the new layout?
Yeah, big fan, man. Big fan.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you how long that took. Less time than you would think, but more time than I wanted to give it. But yeah, what I might do is actually, I think I'll speed this up ever so slightly because we'll get through all of the deployment. So essentially what we're doing is kind of just drawing battle lines. I think we're getting ready. You can see the banner in Theoden's list over here. Dalamir goes down. We kind of treated these as open from memory with actual kind of line of sight, true line of sight blocking stuff, right? So that way you're kind of just walking through. And then Gam goes down, and he sort of made sure that he's within 3 inches of Aldor, who's just over here, next to Danny's hand. Obviously, the reason for that is because we want to be able to rinse and repeat like heroic accuracy over and over and over again. And then
how interactive of you guys?
Oh yeah, look, it's not so we're rolling priority here, and we win it. Hence the ring comes in. Yeah, we are sparing no special effects here, guys. No special effects. But yeah, what we're kind of doing is we're making sure that we're staying outside of this like Arbalist range, which again is definitely, I think, I'm never that kind of, I just don't think of that stuff when I play, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, nah, I'll move, and then I've got to hold here, so I'll just wait here. And then Danny was like, no, just take a sec. Like, let's stay at 25 inches or whatever.
To make a move.
Yeah. Oh,
well, especially because your bows. Oh.
Sorry, I'm going to
shoot first. Respect that.
Aldor shooting.
Hell yeah.
Is it back to normal speed? No. Oh, wait. Yeah, I know technology. Yeah, Aldor shooting. But yeah, so and that was always quite a fun thing as well because I think later on there's a couple of heroic shoots that kick off from the other side, and it's always nice to watch Aldor just go, well, I'm going to go first.
Yep,
I'm
absolutely.
just gonna do it. But I don't think
Did you get the banner?
No, Legolas rolled a 1. I'm pretty sure.
Sad.
Yeah, so we're just chucking all the elf shooting into the Corsairs.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely let this run longer than I thought it did. Oh, well, that's all right. I'll put the sound back on at some point, I reckon. Maybe. But this was actually quite accurate. And I think, like, one of the things that kind of we got here is we start to, I think we killed, 2 people on the first sort of volley, and we're splitting the firing in half because, you're controlling 2 armies or whatever. But having strength 3 bows shoot into D3 models skews your...
Insane.
I just look at it and I was like,
oh,
sure, put me on D4, D5, D6. I don't care. We're killing whatever we touch. That didn't happen later on in the day. Did not happen at all. But yeah. So we're kind of at 4 kills at the end of the first shooting phase. Yeah, Legolas did nothing. I don't think Haldir did too much. But it was just... Especially having that 30-inch range, do you know what I mean? Like being able to kind of just go...
It's insane, dude. It's insane. You're basically going to sit there. You'll have three, maybe 4 turns of shooting comfortably, depending on how you guys play it. I am, to be honest with you, like if we're talking a competitive sense, a bit surprised that you moved forward this round. I feel like if you had have sat still, which I'm hoping next round you can, your numbers are double. I would be surprised if you took close to 10 models off in the next turn of shooting.
Well, I think we... I don't think we moved any of the elves. I think we just moved the battle line.
Oh, so the elves did stay...
Yeah, so elves are all up here, just chilling. And we had 1 Rohan archer.
Okay.
One
how many elf bows did you have?
12.
Okay.
No, sorry, 14. Because you get
14.
Haldir
Let's
and
say roughly 9 to 10 hit. Killing forwards, there should be 5. Yeah, look, I reckon you could spike to about 7 kills. I'm going to test it just to see what my dice do.
I knew it. I knew you were getting dice out when I saw that hand go into that little bag, right? So I was like, yeah, there it is.
I just want to try
it. But yeah. So I mean, like, turn 2 priority, gambling restores Aldor's might point. Bosun calls a march, which is quite cool. Just to try and get them up there. Let's speed this. Oh no, there we go. I edited it. That's what I did. So they actually covered quite a bit of ground.
Yep.
And then you're right. We are kind of essentially just sitting there waiting for them to jump into what we want them to do. I think what we need them to do.
7 dead.
7?
7.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
And the crazy part is...
Did you account for the extra shots from Legolas and Haldir there?
No, that was just bow shooting.
Yeah.
And like the throwing spears haven't even come into play yet, which is such a massive part. Could you imagine if this legion affected throwing spear range? Oh my god.
I'd be into it.
Oh my god.
I would love it to... So there's a few things. Obviously, my hot take was that Theoden should have 3 fate and 3 wounds in this because he lives.
Yeah.
If you want to counteract that, that's fine. Give him 2 fate, and then I think from turn 7 onwards, just let him roll a dice on a 4+. He just gets onto a horse, just finds one, rides out.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
You know what? But no, I reckon if you were going to increase throwing spear range, it would have to be from elevation. I don't think you could do it as we're just in the open ground and I get to throw an extra 3 inches or something. It'd be cool.
Otherwise, it's broken.
Yeah, if I am, say 2 inches higher than whatever, or I'm up on some form of elevation, I'm throwing down, I can have an extra 3 inches. And I think that's not necessarily that broken. But yeah, so we... call a heroic shoot.
Yeah, fair enough. Just to get that first prospect. You've also done exactly what I would have done. Clog that choke point. Let him run at you.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if you guys get priority in the next turn, you can almost go forward and then into their lines, get a couple more throwing spears, and then bomb shot. Cool. Holy dooly.
Yeah. So that lighting on that tray sucks. That's terrible. But the fun thing about Aldor is he hits on a 5. he's not actually that good at shooting. He just gets to shoot. And I think he gets to reroll hits and reroll wounds, but he doesn't reroll in the waves. So that's why you call her like accuracy with him. And then he's just rolling for sixes for days.
Cool.
But yeah, this is all of the throwing spears and stuff kicking off. We've got some shooting coming in. I think we get 2 or 1 from here. But yeah, from like a shooting perspective, just the mass throwing weapons and stuff was quite brutal.
Definitely. This, I would love to have seen this game, excuse me, with like Contest of Champions or something, where you have to get in straight away.
Yeah. Just
to see what the Corsairs can pull. Because at the moment, it feels like, honestly, it's a big uphill battle for the Corsairs straight away. Honestly, running across the battlefield into elf shooting and then throwing spears. Goodness me. Strength 3 for days.
Yeah. And the missions, it was destroy the supplies. I can't remember the other two, but I don't think they were great for either of them. Or I think retrieval might have been one of them.
Sure.
Which was fine because we were happy, I think, with that. And because that's where something's in the middle, isn't it? You got to pick it up and move it.
Retrieval is retrieval the flag.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You're thinking seize the prize.
I'm thinking seize the prize. No, so I think it was retrieval, which was fine. Because again, we could just sit in front of our stuff and just like volley fire off the top.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we sort of just worked our way through. There was one point, I think, where we went for a shot on the banner. But it was just Legolas being Legolas on that classic 2+ hit, and then 1 into a 1. Like,
yeah.
It was just terrible.
I almost think at this rate, man, I would have just taken as many shots as I can, just to have, like, thin down numbers, break them.
Yeah, that was the plan.
What I mean?
That was the absolute plan. What I'll do is I'll speed this up again, because we'll move through, and then just keep an eye on the kill counter here. So we went from 8 to 10. Just over on the left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the dead pile down here. The joys of the camera being at the thing. And then outside of that, like, I don't think we've actually finished our heroic shooting yet on this particular point.
Crazy.
Like, it's just running through, kind of like.
It actually surprises me that we don't see this more in Queensland. Hey.
Yeah.
Like, this is such a. I don't know. It's not the most interactive game, to tell you the complete truth. However, I think, like,
true.
In terms of a competitive aspect, this is a very strong army that can just win certain scenarios. And I think even if you do get into close quarters, you've still got fight 5. Like,
yeah,
with the throwing spears, with gambling, like, oh my god, what's not to like? What's not to like?
I mean, my alternate take on this, just deviating from the game slightly, is to not actually take any elves, which sounds crazy, but to like double down on Haleth, Aragorn, Gimli, or maybe you could take Legolas just for that 2+ shot to like knock heroes off their horses. Obviously gambling with a banner, and then just as many like Royal Guard as possible with throwing spears. So all of your base infantry are fight 5 within 6 of Haleth if he's in combat. Aragorn just goes to fight 7 without having to spend might. Like, he's already essentially Boromir with a banner without being Boromir with a banner. And then if you want to, you can like, 2-hand back up with spear support, know that you'll fight 5 anyway, or fight 7, all that kind of stuff. So that's the other option that I've been thinking of, but that'll be something that I'll do in the new year, I reckon. I don't think it'll be something that I get onto the table anytime soon. Because
I would like for this to stick around as a legion. Like, talking about the new edition specifically, this was such a massive battle. I would love to see Assault and Defenders of Helm's Deep reworked for it to be a little bit more than just the shooting part, maybe the breaching part. Focusing on that, just I would like that to happen, because it was such a huge moment in the films, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I remember being, how old was I? I'd have been like 12, I think, when it came out. That one, maybe 13.
Yeah.
And you just sitting there watching it like, what's going to happen? Oh my God, this is amazing. They're just going to install a bunch
you've
of
never seen that before.
Yeah. But So we're at 15 kills, by the way, just from shooting. We haven't engaged yet.
Oh my god.
Such a wanky thing to say. I'm real sorry, boys.
It's crazy. It's crazy. This is just to shout out one of the previous videos that the goats did. We spoke about things to change like within the game, like in our hot takes video. And honestly, one of the main things that came up was shooting. Shooting just has no risk. And a couple of ways that people were talking about like fixing it would be to actually reduce the board size, to make it shorter. God, excuse me. Or to make it like worse than what it already is. Shooting is not fantastic. However, when you lean into the shooting, it becomes great.
Sorry, just to clarify, we're on 20 now.
God. Yeah, I know. I've been watching the kill count.
It's like all those new COD videos that come out where it's just like, yeah, look at how broken this is. This is broken specifically because we're hitting stuff that's D3. When we threw this into Arnor, it just did fuck all. Like I just looked at it and I was like, oh man. I reckon one of the changes I'd like to see to shooting is you make everything worse to hit, but you make it better at wounding.
So it's effectively the same shit, different smell.
Kind of. Because you're going to roll the same amount of dice anyway, and it feels better to take shit off the board than to just roll 12 dice at something and then roll, say, 8 dice because you've hit 8 times and then not cause a sick. Like, to me, that sucks. I would rather roll 12 dice, hit 4 times, and then wound something once and be like, sick, I have a 25% kill rate because in my brain, that's how I'm mathing it, even though it's bad.
Yeah, I respect that. Yeah, it sounds very enablist of you, but I get it.
It's all right. I have lots of views on this game, mate. Lots of views on this game. But
I respect it.
Yeah. No, so looking at their gameplay though, you've got the Knight of Umbar who is, I believe, getting ready to jump across the lava to try and grab that point, which we have left it, if I'm being kind of honest. We've got some stuff over here to counteract it, and obviously with Bodyguard, it's good. Actually, I'm just chucking hot takes in this left, right, and fucking center now. I would change Bodyguard. I wouldn't make it fearless. I would make it re-rollable courage.
Oof.
What
about like the Swarm Protectors? Like your actual like royal bodyguards? Like why would they run away when their king is in the fight?
Correct, but I think in that instance, if your leader is engaged, let's say, and this is obviously like a real edge case, but I like using edge cases to prove points. It's engaged with a model that causes terror. You can charge that freely because you are sworn to protect your leader. If it's outside of if it's anything within 6 inches, if you're within 6 inches of it, you don't need to take a test.
I definitely think a stipulation with bodyguard would be good. If you are within proximity of your leader or your bodyguard, then I think you should get it for free. Yeah. This board wide, I get it forever is, interesting. And I think it also kind of makes Lord of the Rings a bit more close quarters. Yeah. More times than not. I'm kind of just racking my brain here. I'm 22 kills down. I'll be basically close to breaking very shortly. I've got 6 Arbalesters. I think the Arbalesters should potentially be maybe positioned on the other side. They feel like they're just taking shots into the lines very shortly. But at this stage here, what do you do as the Corsair player? How do you try and pull this out? Do you, like in my mind, what's destroy the suppliers? There's banner VPs.
So it's destroy each supplier's 2 VPs, banner VP, killing a leader, and breaking your opponent.
Yeah. So let's just try and analyze how do you pull this back? What do you do in this situation when you have to run into a wall of arrows? So obviously try and Gambling's banner. I don't think you're ever going to take that down. That's a really big ask. So take the 1 VP, but keep your banner alive.
Yeah.
The next one is 1-2 for broken, and then 1-2 for leader. Okay, so provided you guys were going to break the Corsairs always, the game ends on quarter, right? So you can even out the broken with the the Knight of Umbar jumping out of the lava, burning that supply,
Mhm.
because you don't have mobility with Defenders of Helm's Deep at all.
No.
But like, so you even that out. You both have a banner, and then from there, you're basically trying to either break your way through or just play for the draw at this stage, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
geez, that's tough. I'm just trying to think of what else you could do, because the problem is the line that you guys have set up in that middle there is not enough Corsairs, and Corsairs are not a front to back army.
No.
They've never been a shield wall. So they want to realistically sit there, do a couple of throwing weapons, but then they're going to get throwing weapon back. Yeah, look, really hard matchup, and I love seeing Danny's shaven cheek just off to the side there.
Yeah, that goes in our top tier Patreon level that he doesn't know about yet. So, check it out. Or don't, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I respect that. Oh, he's using the Rivendell dice. God,
Yeah.
I'm going to try hard.
No,
try hard.
No. I back him because I said, hey, look, mate, the elves I'm bringing in as Defenders of Helm's Deep Legion, they're Rivendell elves. They're not Lothlorien elves. I don't like the look of Lothlorien elves. I'll say it. I don't care. I prefer the look of the Rivendell elves because they're more armored, and I like that.
But they weren't Rivendell. That's the problem. They weren't Rivendell, were they?
I mean, if we go by the books, they weren't even really there.
Fucking hell.
So,
Fine.
maybe.
Fine.
And
Fair
then
enough.
you're getting like a bit of a look where I use like Victrix Normans as my people because I just wanted it to be different.
Victrix do an amazing job. They are some incredibly gorgeous models.
They do.
I'm a super huge fan.
But anyway, so Danny bought the dice because he bought Rohan ones and Rivendell ones because we wanted to match the theme of our army.
Yeah.
Wanted to match the theme of our army. But I think if you look at the top, we're starting to make a break now for that objective that's over the back there. So that's where theirs is. So we're getting ready to kind of like now run and jump down because we've kind of pulled a lot of stuff over here. All the archers that are over here are pretty much dead. Those who ran for the hills. Yeah. And they're still getting stuff done. I think we had one brave warrior jump across.
Oof.
Well, we gave it a go.
I respect that.
Go.
So we lost Dalamir in the mix here. We missed that. Dalamir is down, obviously, in the fight, which is super tough because he's going to have to strike. Or what happened there?
Well, he was back here, and Haldir spent 2 points a might to kill him. So this, you'll see there's this one model here, this guy here, got a little spear. I don't know if you can really see that. That's our Rohan archer, right? And he took all of Dalamir's fate. Like it was I rolled poorly. Anyone who versed me in the GT will understand that that's what happens. For anyone that versed me, understand that I just rolled poorly. Dice are not my friend. Dice were more of a friend to me than Dalamir at that point. Like it was just bad. It's bad. I think it was like a 1 or 2 or something. It wasn't. Basically, I don't think he had enough might to put it to a 4. Like didn't have enough might left, or I can't remember. But
God, that sucks.
It was not good.
That sucks. Because realistically, you're just going to sit there and plink away the big threats. And I actually can't see the banner. So, am I wrong there? Can you see the banner? For the Corsairs?
The Corsair banner is still alive. I'm pretty sure it's like around here somewhere.
Okay. Is there a way you can zoom in on your video?
Ooh.
With the two things up.
You know what? That's an excellent question. Let's have a look. Can I? No.
Is this a Mac?
It is a Mac, but I am using. All right, let's pause. There, it's right there. Literally right there.
Okay, perfect. Yep, perfect. Cool. No worries.
Oh, mate. They say don't get old, but it's purple too. Like how I missed that, I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. But yeah, so the banner's there. Like our one is kind of chilling there. Obviously, Gambling's there. It's not inferior. It's all about what it does.
It's interesting you went for a double banner.
Well, we had the points, right? And so the way we looked at it was that if our forces get split in 2, which they did in our next game, it was very handy because you just had banners everywhere to be able to post up around and reroll.
I respect that.
Although, in every game we played, I'm pretty sure Gambling is like the hero. Just, he 2 attacks, gets in, gets shit done. Like he's fight 4, but whatever. He's ready to crack on.
That's interesting. Every time I've used Gambling, he's always been just the go in and stall the hero.
Yeah.
Set and heroic defense and forget.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is for me.
He's like, I'll give myself might back. I'm a good boy. I can do it again.
Oh,
No
dude.
worries.
Bloody leadable.
But
Hashtag sad to see Goroth go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unreal. Unreal.
I reckon I have this kind of like thought in my brain that they might bring them back and resculpt a bunch of stuff.
God, I hope so.
Do you know what I mean? Do the whole, oh no, we're losing all this shit. We're getting rid of all the stuff that you loved. And then it'll come back in like another book or whatever that they'll put out. It'll be like, oh, actually, we managed to get the licensing back or whatever the case may be. Also, here's a brand new model to go with it. So now you've got, two Helm Hammerhand models, older and younger.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, and you would know, kind of, dabbling in the 40k universe, we haven't seen Chaplain Dreadnoughts back, have we?
No.
We haven't seen any of the Scorpius Whirlwinds back. And there's no licensing there whatsoever. So I don't want to burst the bubble here, but I feel like this is just a hard repeat delete. But I'm still very hopeful. I'm very hopeful of this community, and I've said it multiple times on the internet. If MESBG were to quote unquote die, Games Workshop just abandoned it, I feel like there's enough people in this community who feel passionate enough about this game that the rule set would continue.
Just like with like
truly I do. Yep, absolutely. And then someone would pick it up, and let's be real, have a look at War Machine Legion. Dude, that game, the company started out, it was an amazing game, top tier, super uber duper competitive. Sold it, the company just plummeted. Now, like, Australia just had its WTC just a couple of weeks ago. So things can change, and it just depends on who's at the helm, basically.
Shout out to Robin and Josh there for the War Machine community. These guys are rolling it. It's funny when you said there was a harsh reality. There was a moment where I was going to be like, all right, kids, block your ears. Jay's telling you that Father Christmas isn't real. Listen, Aaron, it's a real nice pipe dream you've got there, my man, but no.
Boom. Gone.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely gone. Yeah, but anyway, to go full circle, I genuinely think that their rules will still be updated.
Yeah, and I think for us as a community, we'll probably stick with legacies, right? Like, I don't see anything that's not official GW going in and being like, nope, can't use that, can't do that. That's not okay.
No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
So looping back to the game, actually, the Knight of Umbar is off his horse now. So we managed to kind of take that off of him, which was quite good. And then, we've just bubble wrapped him with bodyguard and spear support, and it's just like, all right, cool. You have to kill 4 people, so there's at least 4 turns, unless you can compel the last one to not do anything, or just transfix it to stay still. There's at least 4 turns where you're not touching that supply. And then like our battle line, we've shifted some of the elves over now just to get that fight 5 in there, because the fight 4 on the
Reavers, I think.
Black Numenorians.
Yep.
So they're taking the brunt of that at the start. And then what we're doing is we're kind of shooting down into as many spear sports as we can, just to try and get rid of as much as possible. We're doing some in the ways here. I think there's 3 in the ways, and then we've got some fate that just got used. Killed that guy. So we're at 25 shooting kills, I think, is where it should jump to. Or we just jumped from, there it is. So we were at 23, now we're at 25 shooting kills. They had 59 models total. I think we just broke that.
59 or 49?
59. So we've killed stuff in combat. I haven't kept track of the combat kills. That's purely shooting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, look, listen, my other army of Black Riders, of course I like this style of gameplay.
menace. You're an absolute menace.
Don't at me, but that may or may not be what I play for the next year, just to reset.
Just Black Riders.
Why not, right? Like, I get it. So, look, don't get me wrong. They are sometimes they can be quite oppressive. And then there are times where they're just shit. Like, I walked into an army of 80 hobbits and I was like, cool, man, this is a grind for 2.5 hours while you try to get through D8 and I get off my horses. And that's it.
Yeah, basically.
Like, I was killing like one hobbit a turn and my soul was breaking.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And I couldn't even just combat myself to death and be like, oh, I run out of will. Special rule doesn't apply in the Legion. Well, yeah. So we are, like, again, just shooting into as much kind of like spear support stuff, I think, as we can. Getting obviously into some combats that we've started to push through with the L supporting the Royal Guard. And we're winning fights here, but then this is where I think the strength 3 stuff really kicks in.
Okay.
And obviously with special strikes and that, right? Like, your Royal Guard don't get axes, so you can't piercing strike to just be a bit stronger.
Correct.
Well, I mean, you can pay for it, but no one's going to. You're not paying 13
at
points.
This rate, to tell you the truth, I would just put the elves at the front, start, hand and half, and off you go, because the Royal Guard can still support them.
Yeah.
And just go for it. But man, you still look how many models are getting pulled from the front lines there. Like, that is just, these poor Corsairs have just been through the ringer.
Yeah. I mean, there's still a decent amount of might on the board, and I think for us, we've contained a good amount of what they've got going on. And you'll see, I leave this kind of view in for the last bit because this is predominantly where a lot of the action happens.
Yeah.
But as you progress, you'll see this. I can't remember if this blue guy dies or makes it to the chest. Either way, though, I think he makes it up the board.
Yeah. Fair.
But yeah, just like looking around at kind of what's happening with it, it's very much just we've stood still and we've just waited. Which, in hindsight, sucks. Like, there's no way we're getting best sports for that kind of play. No, you can't. Honestly, it's not happening.
That's fair. That's so fair. I'm just trying to think and rack my brain as to like games and matchups like this are still good to see and learn from. In the sense of like, I got absolutely stomped by Mormac recently, and it was just like, what do you do? It was very much like how can I play that game differently? And I had to change everything that I thought about the game and just defend against the Mormac, basically.
Yeah.
But in this situation specifically, you are not going to win the shooting war, as we can evidently see. You guys have nearly broken them just off kills alone. How and what can you leverage and where?
So for me, I think marching twice the first 2 turns would have been my play. I wouldn't.
Did they not march?
Not on the first turn. They just moved on the first turn. So fair. I think if this was the other way, I would have marched twice. I would have blown all of the bosun's might, I think, to march and just done it, because that's 18 inches up the board. You're 24 inches apart, so then you're kind of like, you can move forward, 3 inches, and you've got throwing weapons. You can move forward 6 inches and throw weapons. And then if you don't win priority, you have another one of your heroes there to be like, okay, well, now I'm going to charge. This is how I'm going to do that. Obviously, you're eating. I think the difficulty with it is because of our shooting that was 30 inches and like essentially a free heroic accuracy every turn.
Okay.
Your heroes that you're trying to hide amongst ranks and stuff are more likely to eat shit because we can kind of mitigate that.
Fair. Don't forget, Dalamir's still got Stalk Unseen, so you can hide him through like a little bits and pieces here. I'm not saying Dalamir is amazing, but overall he's not terrible. Like, he can still slap, I think, in certain scenarios.
And the whip and stuff is amazing. Like, there's a couple
Delgamar, yes, yeah. You can get the double reroll technically.
Yep, because you banner and then you whip, or whip and then banner, however you feel. We're not going to shame anyone. Do whatever you want.
Watch me banner. Yeah, I respect that.
But yeah, I think that comes up a couple of times, and he's right there in the front line.
Yeah,
Like,
perfect.
that's where he is, and he has if you look at it, he's carved up all the shit that was here is dead. But looping back to this kind of thing from the start, we touched on it before. Obviously, marching twice would definitely be the thing I've done or I would do. But yeah, Delgamar is now just cutting sick. Like, he's cut his way through, I think, 2 or 3 different Royal Guard and is working towards Gamling and Theoden.
Which is impressive.
Yeah.
That never happened. Delgamar.
No, with that cheeky banner support, he was just unstoppable.
Yeah.
And he's caused a couple of heroic combats with him, I think, because he hasn't really used his might. He's just sort of had him move up with the rabble.
Yep.
And then jump through.
I would really like to know where the Reavers were and where the Reavers went. Because if you put the Reavers at the front, they're dead.
They're dead. They were 2nd and 3rd rank of staff, but with the heroic accuracy from the elves, didn't matter. Like, honestly, it didn't matter.
That's such a shame.
Yeah. I feel a little bit dirty about it. I'm like, I sound like such a prick, but I'm serious. Like, it was filth. But looping from play, we managed to get a person around. So the idea is to try and tie up the banner, and potentially kill it.
Like, just try and get another 2 points.
Well, because the good part about sort of like Legolas, who you can see behind Danny's arm, another tier of our Patreon, FYI, ladies and gentlemen, just, whatever you want. Because you can shoot into combat, and he's the only good model that can shoot into combat, you can just tie shit up and be like, cool, you're engaged. You can't pass this off. I'm going to kill you.
Yep.
Which is gross, but it is a good play.
That's the Legolas play, right?
Yeah. And I think the benefit these guys have is that their banner's on a black num, so it causes terror. So outside of that, actually charging it can be quite difficult. And with old mate here having it's gone under the play button. With just at the bottom of the screen there, you've got the Black Marshal, or the Knight of Umbar. He's got the 12-inch terror bubble, right? Like the Neg 1 courage.
Yeah, the Harbinger.
Yeah, Harbinger. So, I think that plays off quite well, where you can go, yeah, cool. This is going to be...
And also, Black Humanoids have a better courage as well, so they can typically hang around longer at the end of the game too. So it's just a shame that the poor Knight of Umbar would literally have to be spending a point of will every time because he can't get away from that situation.
No, and that's the thing. I don't think we were comfortable not killing him. We were comfortable just kind of being like, you've got 11 turns. Or 12 turns, or whatever your will is. Because he's casting as well. So I think he compelled a couple of things out of range to stop like the banner affecting his combat.
Okay.
Which happened earlier on that we didn't talk about, and that's okay. We talked about other important things. If you're here to watch a game, whatever. So he used him quite well, but I think there's like a couple of things, because I don't think he's a real caster is the problem. His whole shtick is to rock in and be like, I'm going to copy your fight value and your attacks, and I am essentially the evil version of the new Arnor hero. Or am I just the Arnor hero?
Maybe.
In subjugated form. Who knows? You heard it here first. We broke it. Put that on the fly. But yeah, basically, sorry, that guy died. He didn't get to do what I wanted him to do. He just got a throwing knife to the face.
Big sad.
Straight over that D5 shield. Bang.
The Corsairs have put up a decent fight. Like, once they've got into combat, like, I feel like they've done a pretty good job taking out a few models.
Yeah.
Here and there, and pushed you guys back a little bit. Not a whole lot, but enough.
Yeah. We got Theoden just kind of like hanging around. Not really doing anything, just being classic Theoden.
Yep.
The tax. And then, just shifting around the elves to kind of bump up some of the fight values of stuff. Just to try and win where possible.
Yeah, sure.
It was Like I think. Let me see. Are we back at? We're still at ×1 speed. Let's speed that up a little bit. There it is. That's where we killed the old mate. That is
Finally got the banner.
Just shooting into combat. Just being like, yep, sick, no worries, no problem. Now, one thing actually, I don't know if it's come up in your games on this, but the Fates reroll, where you can use it to get your opponents to reroll a dice. So in all the other Fates ones, as people have watched on before, you had a dice that you could reroll once per turn for free, which was quite good. You either forgot about it or you use it to just devastating effect because it just made shit go your way. In this one, it was just once per game, and we used one per player per game. And early doors, you'll see, I made a note of it. Legolas rolled a 1 to wound the banner, and so I used it to re-roll and got another 1. And I was happy because the banner wasn't touching anything at that point. I was happy if I rolled a 2 to just spend 3 might to be like dead.
Yep, fair enough. I think in that like corner case scenario where banners are worth VPs, definitely. When banners aren't VPs, then definitely not.
No. But
it's such a cheat code because then from there, like, can gambling affect Legolas?
No, just Rohan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I'm happy with that. That's fine by me.
Yeah. There's no way they're getting the Rohan keyword. But that is there he is. And I think from memory, I think he was their like not warlord, leader. That's the word.
Leader.
Too many.
Who was it?
Delgamar?
Delgamar can't be. It has to be Dalamir. Dalamir's a hero of legend.
Dalamir. That's who it was.
Yeah. And I knew exactly as soon as Danny started putting dice out of the tray like that, I knew exactly what was happening. It was like, here's a hero that's dying.
You've come across that multiple times. Like, yeah, I've played this guy. He's done that to me.
He's done that so many times. Because I do the same thing as well. Like when we put it down, it's like an aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you're sitting there with your D6 shit, here's a 6. Here's another one. But I don't know, look, overall, like it was a pretty good game. Like you can see, we've got the objective just at the top there, and this is, I think, the final turn.
Yep. So you did make it up to burn that supply.
Yeah, like literally on the last turn.
Yeah, awesome. Literally. Yeah, the rule book's out.
Yeah, there it is. There
it is.
So he's counting it up.
Is that your model dead?
Yeah, that was our dead models. Did you want me to go back?
They did a bloody good job.
Yeah, let's drop back. Oh, fuck, where did he go? I'm just going to hit play again. Everyone can watch this for a second. Shake hands. Where are we? There. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think we lost 15. So we were pretty close to breaking. Because we took 47 models, I think, from memory.
Okay, so it's still a fair way off breaking, but still.
Yeah.
All things considering, the Corsairs still put up a good bloody fight.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I think the Arbalist is, because those guys were shooting into combats with the goal of, I think, trying to strip people off of the Knight of Umbar, and then they were shooting into this stuff as well to be like, well, if we can punch out a couple of things, we'll go for it. And I think they did get a couple of Royal Guard, but at the end of the day, we kicked off and it was essentially 8-0. So we got one supply marker, we killed the leader, we broke them, and we were the only ones to have a banner left.
Damn, well done.
Yeah.
Well done. Interesting.
It was a good game. It was a very good game.
Definitely. I think the scenario hurt Corsairs a lot there, which is sad. I love the Corsairs.
Yeah, they're so fun.
They are proper good.
Oh yeah. So the anyway, the next game that I'm putting together after this, I'll just shout it out now for all the people that have stuck around for the whole thing. Thank you. It is the Great Beasts versus the other Great Beasts, the Eagles. So it's like the top table game from the event, which is quite good. Now you shook your head there because you dealt with the Great Beasts round 2.
Yeah, it was horrific. It was horrific. Yeah, I think it was the fact that it was great, like, three great beasts with double magic, like double ring rates on fell beast. So it was very hard because like the typical thing that I found is Queensland loves a good shield wall. As soon as you bring stuff that just runs through it, you get into combat. You like have a guy hurled into the great beast. Everyone's taking hits. Everyone's knocked prone. It's like, what type of SBG is this? It's so hard to run away from that the whole time. God, it was crazy, man. Really, like a good game. Learned a lot, and I think it was just getting me like into a mindset of how to play SBG. When things have to change, everything has to change.
I mean, that's what I like about, and this is potentially controversial. You know, we've done hot takes all night, but I really like Radagast on an eagle for that specific purpose, to be like, I can hide behind things, charge over, don't need to see you, cast magic on the way in, and then I can hurl something into like another eagle somewhere, and then watch that eagle just peck the shit out of everything on the ground.
That's Radagast. I just don't think he's had enough play. He's such a good caster, but when Radagast can't panic steed someone, he can't get a clutch nature's wrath, or it's not going to do that much. He's a dead weight.
Yeah,
it's a dead weight. And let's be real, people like to take blinding light over Radagast stuff because of the shooting. I think if you eliminate the shooting, like reduce shooting's potential or turns of shots, I think Radagast will come into play. Heaps more.
Yeah, I agree.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway,
well, man, thanks for having me on tonight. I enjoyed that game for what it was, and it was good to see the Corsairs still have a bit of a comeback.
Yeah. They definitely clutched onto that one. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure you head out and check out the goats on YouTube. Do you have anything coming up that you want to plug? Obviously, GT's over, Mountain Goat, I've forgotten what it was. The Garden. Shoot, no, that was the one down at IF. The 2 tournaments that you did. You're not doing another one this year, are you?
No, I'm done.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I am done. Shout out to when Aaron finally converts to being a goat and uploads these videos on the Goats channel.
Nah, mate, I'll do it. I have the shirt. I just grabbed one out of it because it was nighttime and I was like, oh yeah, I could jump on. And I just grabbed a shirt. I was like, oh, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, same, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. All right, everyone, have a good one, and we will see you next time.
Bye.